And so the book basically tells so it's written in like French and also in English. And so like you can read the story in two different languages, and the story is told slightly differently depending on the language. But the story basically is about a corporation that comes up with a new technology that is a little bit scary because it enables the corporation to edit people's memories. And there are employees of the corporation who find this too scary, and they're actually trying to take down the corporation. They are whistleblowers, if you wish. And so in a very experimental fashion, this graphic novel tells the story of these two people who are trying to take down that corporation. But the story itself has been edited. Like the memory of the story itself has been edited. And the way the story happens, the way the chapters are ordered in the book is telling one narrative, but there's another narrative that has been recorded in the Bitcoin blockchain by essentially creating a cryptographic hash of each chapter and recording that using the Bitcoin's timestamping capabilities in a different order. And so the book contains, we printed in the book, the public addresses that were created for each of the book's chapter. And you can go to the Bitcoin blockchain and see basically at what time exactly the events that are being described in each chapter actually happened, and if you can put the pieces of the puzzle back together.
So the Bitcoin version is the original one, is the one that is supposed to be the source of truth.
Exactly, but that's not the one that's been printed in the book. So the book is basically a lie, and the truth only lies in the Bitcoin blockchain. And there's a way to find that and to find it in a way that's provable, because each chapter is basically as its hash that's been converted to a public address.
And the story is like completely the opposite. Like, is it very different, I assume?
I don't want to say too much. It's quite different. It's quite a different ending. But what we found interesting with this is basically playing with this idea of the single source of truth, as you suggested. Also playing with this idea of having this provable ordering of events, provable timing of things, where what you read cannot necessarily be trusted, but what's in the blockchain has kind of a different level of trust attached to it. But also, there's this idea of like creating a sort of weird NFT. I mean, the term was not really on our minds at the time. We did this in like 2017, but basically each Bitcoin address has a transaction that's been sent to it, and the Bitcoin address itself represents a hash of each chapter. So we can prove that, the text that's in the PDF is actually the text that was written at a particular point in time, right?
Yeah.
But those addresses because they were created based on a hash, they don't have a private key to them. So each address basically contains a digital trace of each chapter in a way that's provable, but it's not transferable. I cannot send anybody the Bitcoin transaction, like these unspent amounts. They are stuck there forever because I wanted to be able to choose exactly what public key I wanted to use, so it matches the hash of the chapter. But of course, the downside of that is I cannot match the private key with it because it hasn't been generated jointly. And so these are non-transferable tokens that are stuck in the blockchain forever, each representing one chapter in the book and the order in which the events happened.